next example, sum n equals 0 to infinity n times 2x minus 1 to the n over 5 to the n. Again, we're asked for radius and interval of convergence. So, write down an plus 1, replacing all the n's with n plus 1's. You get the following formulas. Over 5 to the n plus 1. Okay, we're asked to look at their limit. So L equals, well, we're going to use the ratio test. So L is the limit n goes to infinity. An plus 1 over an, which equals lim n goes to infinity, absolute value of n plus 1, 2x minus 1 to the n plus 1, all over 5 to the n plus 1. Times, flip an upside down, n times 2x minus 1 to the n under 5 to the n. Okay, so what cancellations do we get? We can cancel the 2x minus 1 to the n with the 2x minus 1 to the n plus 1, and similarly with the 5 to the n and 5 to the n plus 1. And we're just left with the limit of absolute value of n plus 1 over n times 2x minus 1 over 5. So the n plus 1 over n is just going to go to 1, so we'll get this. And that tells us L is less than 1 if and only if 2x minus 1 is less than 5. Just bringing the 5 up. And that's the same as x minus a half being less than 5 over 2. So for to draw this interval, we have a half at the center, and we go 5 over 2 to the right, and we land at 3. We go 5 over 2 to the left, and we'll get to minus 2. So check the boundary cases. So x equals 3. This would be sum n goes from 0 to infinity of plug in 3. So n times 6 minus 1 to the n over 5 to the n equals sum, well, 6 minus 1 to the n is just 5 to the n, so just to write that out, we'll have n times 5 to the n over 5 to the n. These 5 to the n's will cancel, and we'll just get sum n equals 0 to infinity of n, which is just 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on, which obviously diverges. Checking the next boundary case, x is equal to minus 2. Sum n goes from 0 to infinity, n times minus 4 minus 1 to the n all over 5 to the n. Minus 4 minus 1 is minus 5, so this is going to be minus 5 to the n. So sum from 0 to infinity, n times minus 5 to the n. And the minus 5 to the n will cancel with the 5 to the n and leave you with minus 1 to the n times n, which is minus 1 plus 2 minus 3 and so on. And we can see that this will never settle, so this diverges. So the interval of convergence is going to be the open interval without either endpoint. And just to highlight back up here, the radius of convergence, this tells us that the radius of convergence around a half is 5 over 2. So we found the radius of convergence and we found the interval of convergence.